The red light is on in the booth, and the Monster Energy Cup cars get ready to boogie for it all here in the Simulation Stock Car Association. Time to dish up a plate of fried green tomatoes covered in pimento cheese, pop open a bottle of Cheerwine soda, pull the lever on the Lazy Boy, and get set for 250 miles of simulated NASCAR excitement. They'll be streaming your way in just a few minutes here from the Tar Heel State. Hello, and welcome to another GSRC broadcast as we count down to green for the AdPro 360 Cup Series tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Way up in the press box to bring you all the action. Yours truly, Sean Ambrose here, joined by Tanner Sharp. In a director's chair is the hardest working man in sim race broadcasting, Joe Peak, armed with cameras located, aimed, and zoomed by our GSRC camera guru, Dougie Beard. As cyberspace starts to flow into your place over these next few streaming award-worthy minutes, GSRC will bring you all the storylines and all the stats and facts you'll need to fully appreciate the NASCAR Cup racing that is going to follow here. Now, before we talk about the track, let me remind our viewers that this race today is sponsored by Bramante Landscape and Design. From idyllic outdoor living spaces with terrace gardens to tranquil waterfalls and magical children's play areas to gated stoneways and magnificent pool houses, Bramante Landscape Design and Management Group delivers dreamlike accents, amenities, and landscape designs to Long Island's most prestigious homes and estates. With meticulous attention to detail and premium quality craftsmanship, the Bramante team transforms properties into breathtaking home landscapes as unique as the families who live there. Tanner, a place NASCAR calls home. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Charlotte Motor Speedway?
Yes, sir. NASCAR's backyard, the Charlotte Motor Speedway, was designed and built in 1959 by current chairman and NASCAR Hall of Famer inductee Bruton Smith. On June 19th, 1960, the first World 600 was contested at the new facility. In addition to the 1.5 mile quad oval, the Charlotte Motor Speedway complex includes a 2.2 mile road course and the 0.6 mile karting layout in the Speedway's infield. A quarter-mile asphalt utilizing part of the Speedway's front stretch and pit road. And the 1/5 mile oval located outside of turn number 3 of the Speedway. Since its opening in 1960, Charlotte Motor Speedway has established itself as the greatest place to see the race. So to get an idea to get around this joint of NASCAR's backyard, let's hop on board and take a lap around the Charlotte Motor Speedway with a lap guide.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global SimRacing Channel. I'm Brian Yazek. This is the GSRC Chevrolet SS and this is Charlotte Motor Speedway. Fun little 1.5 mile oval, legendary, and does not need an introduction if you're a fan of NASCAR. So for your hot lap, swinging it real wide through the dogleg, going back down here into turn 1, off the gas a little bit, rolling back into the throttle. If you go back into it too hard, that sign right there on the wall is going to be waiting for you and knock the whole right front right off of the car. Turns 3 and 4, your braking marker. Some can drive it a little deeper. I prefer to let off right about where the dotted lines end. It really seems to let the car get a good set and a good bite into the corner. So, Charlotte, as the run progresses, you might see guys in 1 and 2 only venture way up here into this second and third groove. If it's the daytime, you'll see this. Nighttime, maybe not so much. But you get a great hole shot down the back stretch and can really set yourself up for a good pass going here into turn 3. Turn 3 doesn't quite have the same level of banking or the same grip level, and the high groove just, no matter how hard you try, never comes in. So swinging it down here through the quad oval, completing your line, and that will also complete our track guide around Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm Brian Yazek. Enjoy the show.
All right, and a nice, bad, fast lap here with GSRC at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Bramante 250 in store for you tonight. Watch it qualifying right now. Jeremy Allen is your pole sitter here provisionally. 28 flat for Jeremy Allen, and, well, that is a very fast lap. Dan Roper just behind him with a 28.1. Dan making his debut here tonight. One of the new drivers in the field. A lot of them here tonight, Tanner. 29, and right now, let's see who we got. Luis Salmaso on track, and Luis currently with one lap in is 25th. Let's see if this gets him a little bit further up the board. It does, up to 22nd with a 28.7.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fast lap times. A 28 flat here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. That is bad, scary fast, especially with a nighttime setting like this. Relatively makes the racetrack cooler at 68 degrees to be exact. But tell you what, when you're running 28 flats and you know there's a 27.9 somewhere in there, and that's just some blazing qualification time. But I do believe once we see those times in race trim, you're going to be burning off them tires.
Well, there is Gabriel Wood, and Wood up to 19th. And, Gabriel, car that we've seen, that's seen a lot of action here. The Snow Motorsports driver has had a decent season here so far, and would like to pick up a win here at Charlotte, but it looks like he may have to do it from a little bit further back in the field right now, sitting in that 19th spot.
Yeah, he definitely is. It's a lot of work to do, but hey, don't worry. It's gonna be a long race because you got 160 laps here tonight. You might be a little bit further back in the back of the pack, right? If you're gonna start in the back of the pack, you might as well buy your timing in the early stages of the race. I mean, we do got stages in this series, so a lot of racing to go.
I'm trying to see if we've got anybody else here coming out for a qualifying run. I haven't heard anybody race control say anything. Again, we've got 29 drivers registered right now, and 25 of them have taken a qualifying lap. So I'll tell you what, we might as well go ahead and order up a pole award winner here, Tanner. That's going to be Jeremy Allen tonight. Jeremy is going to be our pole winner for the Sim Speed Shop this week. The round 8 winner, again, Jeremy Allen from Indiana. For every 2 poles someone wins this season, that driver earns $5. And the driver with the most poles at the end of the season earns $20. Courtesy of simspeedshop.com, a great place to order custom button boxes as well as as well as buy and sell used equipment. For more information, go to simspeedshop.com. Tanner, I just fumbled all over that, man. Tell you what, why don't you do the driver standings for me real quick, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Check out these driver standings. 4 drivers are currently locked in with wins. Note that William Roberts Jr., he's 75 points below the cut line, but the win gets him in, and with only 31 drivers racing for points, there is a good chance Roberts will remain inside the top 30 to qualify for the playoffs. Andrew Farnyards leads the regular season points. Alan Elwood, second in points, but still with no win yet. He also has a couple of playoff points to settle on, so as of right now. Jesse Abraham is now above the cut line, and I mean, championship playoff points and winning is the most critical thing about this season there, Sean.
Well, I think we're going to see more than 4 winners before the season's over.
Yeah.
Alan Elwood was so close last week, Tanner, right there with a second-place finish. And with just a little more luck, he could have been one of those guys that we were looking at in green tonight. But it's a long way to go. We were talking before the broadcast about how, there are going to be some opportunities here for guys that maybe favor themselves on the road. We're going to be going to Watkins Glen. We're going to be going to Sonoma. We're supposed to do the NASCAR Roval at Charlotte later this season, but tonight it's under the oval. And as I said, some new players in the field. Dylan Jones, another one of them, the driver from the Midwest, currently qualified 14th. And a few of the guys they brought along picked up the I rating just a bit. Pretty strong strength of field here in the league tonight, just over 3,000, Tanner. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, and I'm looking over statistics right now of Alan Elwood. I cannot stress him enough, and I only say that win is coming soon. I mean, he's already had 7 starts to the season so far, 2 poles, 5 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and he's led 124 laps. You can't tell me those stats say a win is coming soon for Alan Elwood. Maybe it could be tonight.
Maybe, and he'll have to work at it. As right now, let's see. I'm trying to find out where he qualified here, and you know what? I don't even see him on the board right now. Maybe I'm missing him. Let's move on to the event details here real quick. Tanner, I'll let you take a look at that and see if he's actually in the field. Welcome to round 8, folks. Round 8 of 17 regular season races, 7 playoff races. So still a long way to go. Setups. Well, it's a fixed setup with 80% fuel in the tank. So that means they don't quite have enough to do what would be considered a NASCAR full run. They're probably going to want tires before that anyway, and caution flags generally sort that out. Here's what doesn't get sorted out. They only are allowed 5 sets of tires. Now, the set that they start the race on is one of those sets, so only 4 more opportunities to take tires, and here at Charlotte tonight to be fast. You're going to want them. You're going to probably try and use them strategically, so we'll watch that all night. 2 caused incidents gets a driver DQ'd from the race. If you cause the caution, you go to the end of the line on the restart. Green, white, checkered flag. We do use it here, and now iRacing hasn't implemented anything new yet. But what they do is, if it finishes under yellow, the top 10 drivers have one last attempt for a green, white, checkered. Basically, what they do is they drop the green right after the pace car pulls in from the victory lap around. So, Tanner, there are the details. That's the long and short of it tonight under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway. When you were talking about the weather, what do we've got right now here for the weather?
The weather tonight is relatively cool, like I said, and the drivers and the tires, they like that cool weather because it gives them so much grip within the racetrack, at least a good amount, about 5 to 10 laps, approximately, maybe 15. But it's nighttime setting, mostly cloudy, 66 degrees. And circle that right there. That's what's giving them the track. That's what the track temperature is. What's giving them the grip? 68 degrees. Sometimes if you push it a little too hard on corner exit, the back end can come out on you. The wind shouldn't be a factor. Come from the northwest, from the west about 2-3 miles an hour. So relatively cool night here at Charlotte. The virtual fans are actually in their jackets.
Yeah, you know what? I love these conditions. It actually gives me hope that we may see some runs here where they get out to the 50 to 55 laps of fuel they're going to have in the car. That would be pretty exciting. If anybody can take a run that deep on these tires, tonight would be a good opportunity to do it with the favorable weather conditions. So an exciting race on tap for everyone. And let's see. Like I said, we had 29. Now, Ryan Hill, Donald Stewart did not take time. Neither did Stephen Llewellyn or Ryan Hill. Tanner, we've got several races under our belt now. Seven under our belt. Andrew Farniers is really proven to be the guy to kind of follow. He does have just a little bit less than half of those wins this season with 3. He's still got to remain the favorite, I would think. Someone's going to have to step up and start to make a run at him. If there was one driver you were looking at in the field that maybe could step up and start to really challenge Farniers, who would it be?
All right, anybody but Andrew Farnier. Someone's got to knock the king off the throne here. I am going to have to say, in past recent races, just looking through the field here, who qualified where, because track position is important, despite this will be a long race this evening. I am going to go with Mr. Andrew Payne. I think he's got a fairly good shot at it. He's qualified in the top 3. He was about 6th quickest in practice, so it's kind of shown me he has speed in the car, and he's able, and that car is more than capable of finishing within the top 10 tonight. I think Payne's got a pretty good shot. Yeah,
I like the way you're thinking there. Payne certainly seems like one of those drivers on the edge of getting something done here and doing something great. I like NASCAR drivers from California, by the way. I'm a fan of those, so that's a good thing. So we'll keep an eye on that. You know, Chris Scala, if you were with us last night for the AdPro Challenger Series, Scala with a podium finish last night, making his Cup debut this evening. And Chris going to start in 24th. And, you know, he had a nice patient run last night. Really tried to stay out of trouble and let the race come to him. I can only expect that's going to be a strategy again here at Charlotte tonight. So our best to Chris. With a little bit of luck, he may wind up here in the booth with us again before the night's over. So our best to him, like I said, is qualifying, starting to wrap up. Let's go ahead and knock out the grid. And Jeremy Allen going to be on the pole, as we said. Dan Roper making his debut here this week. He will start just outside of row 1. Go ahead, Tanner.
In row 2, Andrew Payne. He'll be side by side with David Washington.
All right, row 3 is going to be Gerald Campbell, Josh Bonwell.
In row number 4, championship leader and putting on a dominance clinic lately, Andrew Farnyar, side by side with Mark Clewell.
Row 5, Gary Sexton and Judd Danielson.
In row number 6, Blake Griffin and Ken Richardson.
Row 7, William Locklear and a debut at Dylan Jones, starting 14th tonight.
Ethan Moore and Richard Regan Jr. round up the row 8.
Row 9, Kyle Kammer, Eric Stanford.
Gabriel Wood and Ellery Queen going to round out the row 10 spots.
Row 11, Luis Salmaso and Memphis Reigns with us tonight, 22nd.
In row number 12, Jesse Abraham and Chris Scala.
All right. Here we go. Row 13, Robert McFarland and Stephen Llewellyn.
Josh Tanner and Donald Stewart make up row 14 and 15 in the 15th row by himself, Stephen Llewellyn.
Okay, it was Ryan Hill starting 26th there. My bad on the call. Everything was moving around just as I tried to get that in there, but they are lined up, getting final instructions now from race control. And then we're going to cut them loose, and we'll be this is a 1.5-mile track, so it'll just be this pace lap around. The pace car will come in off of 4, and we are off to some big-time racing here tonight in Charlotte under the lights. The Bromonte 250, the Bromonte Landscape and Design 250. Tanner, I'm excited. I don't have a call on who wins this race tonight, but much like we saw at Dover, even though a different track tonight, I think you might have to win this race with a little bit of damage on the car. It's a long race tonight, 160 laps, 3 stages. We will be stage racing this evening, and I believe it's 60, 60, was it? Yeah, 60, 60, and 80
I thought it was
tonight.
40.
No, we changed it. Let's get there. Let's look. You know what? We have an answer to that. It's called the race analysis. Let's look at it real quick before we get started. And there we go. It's 40, 40, and 80. You were absolutely right. I guessed wrong. I actually did that graphic. You'd think I would know that, right? So it's 40, 40, and 80. Now, we say the fuel run's about 48 to 55 laps. Listen, if we get a run that's that long, I would probably expect that it's probably going to be somewhere in between, maybe around 50 is where you'll see him come in and get a nice round number in there. But here we go, just waiting for a couple more cars to get on the grid, but it's time to roll. The Ford Mustang pace car is rolling off. Two-dimensional fans enjoying the nighttime sky here in Charlotte. Home of the... Go ahead.
Yeah, here's an interesting pick before we go green. A race leader, pole setter Jeremy Allen, has elected to start on the outside row this evening.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is interesting. So we're going to start from the outside, and well, nothing like mixing things up a little bit early. I think that's a good call, based on practice anyway. If that's where you really felt like you were running well, I think the important thing will be not to spin the tires on this start here.
But be very careful indeed. I think they should be okay with fresher tires, especially in a cool racetrack. But we'll see. We've seen some gambles in the past where drivers stayed on, spun the tires. If we get a late race stage caution, so much strategy in this race.
All right, pace car is off. Jeremy Allen going to get him started. He's on the hammer. Here we go. The Bromonte Landscape and Design 250 is underway at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jeremy Allen with a nice break on the start. Gets into turn 1 all by himself, side by side. Dan Roper, David Washington And already Roper with a little bit of contact. Washington contact with Roper. Washington does a great job of hanging on to it, but here comes Andrew Payne in 93 down on the bottom. Roper going to shut the door on him. Jeremy Allen again with a great start. Going to come around and lead the first lap here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Just a little racy in these opening laps of tonight's event. Andrew Payne trying to get to the bottom. Right, he kind of bounces on the apron just a little bit. He's side by side with David Washington coming off the corner of the racetrack. That is 24 degrees of banking here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway all the way around. Still side by side for the third spot, followed closely behind by the number 88 of Andrew Farnyards and the 6 of Gerald Campbell.
Yeah, knew we'd be calling Gerald Campbell's name at some point. Not much change up front. We are side by side. Payne and Washington going through 1 and 2. Farnyard is going to run all the way up to the top, right off the wall. Gets a nice run from up there, too. He's able to scream down the backstretch and get past Andrew Payne here. Now he's side by side with him through the middle of 3 and 4.
Believe it or not, that high line can really give you a launch off of turn number 2. If you just hit it just right on entrance and just ride that high line, I mean, I'm talking a very high line in turns 1 and 2 by the wall. It can give you a nice run on corner exit of turn number 2. Down turns 3 and 4 is just a little bit different. You'll be running in the middle groove if you want a good run on the exit. So far, Andrew Farnyard is making a position since the start here. And a driver that has fallen back since the start a little bit has been Mark Clewell in the 65. Started 8th, now outside the top 10 in 12th. Otherwise, we're pretty much smooth sailing since the drop of the green flag.
Okay, here we go. Another battle back here right now. Dylan Jones trying to get past Gary Sexton. Jones now up 6 spots through the field. One of our big movers here early. Jones going to get to the inside of Sexton.
Dylan Jones is a fast competitor in this series as well. Right now moving up, passing Gary Sexton. And Gary Sexton, don't count him out either by the time we get to the end of this thing. He's currently still within the top 10. He had a good run back in Dover a week ago.
You know, I think I said Dylan Jones is making his debut here tonight, didn't I?
Oh, caution! There's an accident down in turn number Andrew. Was it Andrew Payne?
It was Payne.
More cars involved.
Oh. Sexton gets hit from behind by the 7. But yeah, Payne actually, that started between him and Gerald Campbell. When we get to the replay here, you'll see how that started. Oh man, Mark Clewell got collected that in the back, the 65. Saw him in the middle of the track. Well, that was messy. Let's check out the replay here. And again, I think it started with just a little bit of contact between the two cars.
The driver that just squeaked by was Richard Regan Jr., I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll go on board with Regan. That's probably a shot definitely worth getting there.
Come off turn 4, coming to the start-finish line right here. The accident's going to happen ahead of Regan. Gotta check up. Coming down.
Where do you go? Where do you go?
And on top of that, you got cars wrecking on the inside of you too. So it's like you're in the middle of that sandwich. Exactly. Where do you go?
Several drivers having to come down. Gerald Campbell's in, Blake Griffith's in, Andrew Payne, Chris Scala, Gary Sexton, and Gary had some pretty decent damage on his car. I sure hope they can get that fixed quick. Looks like he's already he's already lost a lap.
That's very unfortunate for the drivers to be wrecked out this early in the race. I mean, it is a long way to go. Yeah. Just because you have damage on your car, it just makes it for a longer race for you.
Yeah, and checking in the pits right now, Clewell's got significant damage. So does Gary Sexton. They're probably sitting there for extensive repair. Griffith has got some heavy front end damage on his car. Tanner rolling out now. Well, that escalated quickly.
It certainly did.
in about one of the only positions that didn't change on track were the positions of first and second. They still belong to Jeremy Allen and Dan Roper. Washington up to third. Farnyar's already up to fourth. None of our leaders came in the pit, and I'm not surprised. Way early to even consider a stop at this point. They were just starting to get some good heat in the tires, Tanner.
Yeah, just, as a driver, especially me personally, if I was out there, I would want the race to stay green. I want to get some laps on them tires, see how that car feels during race trim, because usually in practice and qualifying trims, they're a little different than what it is in race trim. So you want to get some laps on the tires, see how it feels, see if you can pass cars, how aggressive can you be. You don't want to be too aggressive because you don't want to burn off the tires. But although hopefully we get a good green flag run here to really document those situations. At least now you know how it is on a short run.
Yeah, and they did get off to a nice start. We saw some decent battling. The cars didn't look too squirrely. I think that goes back to what we're talking about with the weather, and so far the grip here pretty good. But you drive it too hard in these turns, and just like any track that has a decent amount of banking on it, Tanner, the car is gonna have a tendency to want to wash up the track if you're not really careful. If you try to abuse that left front. Unfortunately, once you start to lose it, the car starts to move up the track. And, well, if you've got anybody up there allowed alongside you, that can be trouble.
It can certainly be trouble indeed. And also, too, if you're really aggressive on getting into the throttle, you can accidentally spin that car out on corner exit. So, I mean, it's really all about tire management and how much you're really getting into the throttle. These days in iRacing, it really matters how much you're really pressing into that throttle. So trust me, I've overdriven so many times, it's crazy. But hopefully right now these guys can settle down just a little bit and just try to log some laps on the tires and really document how you're really doing out there.
All right, the lights are out on the pace car. We are ready to roll green again. We will restart here on lap 11, the beginning of lap 11. Jeremy Allen again going to choose to start from the top side. I think for at least this point in the race right now, that's probably going to be the thing to do. 30 more laps here to get to the end of stage one. A lot on the line as we get restarted. Farnyar's Washington, second row. Richard Regan already up in sixth. Dylan Jones, here we go. Ford Mustang pace car is off. Allen waits, he waits, he's gone. The green flag is out, and Jeremy Allen is away. Again, with another nice start here, Tanner.
Absolutely. That Kellogg Chevrolet, it reminds me of the old Terry Labonte days, is really looking good out front in the early stages of this race, followed by Daniel Roper. And hopefully and I think that third place car right there has got something to say about these two cats that are out front, because he is putting the pressure on Roper right now. And once he puts pressure on Roper and he gets by Roper, then he's got to deal with the race leader, Jeremy Allen. So Farnyar's just been on a roll in recent weeks.
Farnyar's is on the run. The Chef Andy's machine is rolling. Got his two Chef Andy's cars behind him. Chef Andy is a busy guy tonight. Up front, Roper thought about taking a look there on the inside of Jeremy Allen. Backed out of it. And right now he keeps the door shut on Andrew Farnyar's. And this is brewing up here. Farnyar's, Washington, Dylan Jones.
Oof, look at Farnyar's taking it to the higher line. But watch the run he'll get on the exit here. Unless he actually messed up. Actually, he messed up that whole corner.
I think he bobbled.
Yeah.
I think I saw the hands make an erratic move in the cockpit there, and I think that's what got him. But here he goes, picking it back up again. Wow, what a run down off the top of the hill that time. Jeez.
He'll be back. He might make a mistake, but he'll be back. Or is that Dave Washington? Excuse me. Has gained a little bit on the Farnyar's, and we might have a big battle for the top spot, maybe. It's close. Roper looking towards the inside. Thought about it. Couldn't produce anything down in turns number 3 and 4.
Well, that's a battle of titans there at the front, but right behind him, Farnyar's David Washington trying to figure this out. Maybe try and work together a little bit to get a little bit closer to them. maybe it's time to settle in here for the next 10 laps or so. Save that last 15 laps for your charge to the front here to win the stage. But right now, Jeremy Allen seems to have the line, and Roper seems to be okay with sitting right where he's at there in second.
Everybody has seemed to calm down a little bit throughout the field here, Sean. I've seen a lot of single file racing. The only first side-by-side battle I'm really seeing, you really got to go deep in the field. That actually strung out. So everybody was kind of buying their time. If anything, Andrew Payne's trying to get back into position on the number 7 of Blake Griffin back there for 16th. Otherwise, everybody seems like they're kind of minding their P's and Q's in the early stage of the race. Long way to go. I have a challenge for the top spot, though, with Daniel Roper, because he got a nice run off turn number 4. He's going to go side-by-side starting at the start-finish line here. He's going to take him to the door on the entrance of turn 1. Side-by-side. Hopefully, Allen gets the run on corner exit. I think he will. Very briefly, car got very loose. Washington's off the track.
You know what? I think he was having a bit of a connection issue, got out of the way, but Washington dropped several spots. They continue to battle here across the line. Give it to Jeremy Allen. Not for long. Here comes Roper on the bottom. They continue to get around, hooked up like a couple of Cialis bathtubs. Yes, I did steal that from Soup because I like it. And, wow, Roper finally gets around. I don't know if he gets around as much as Allen just said, all right, you know what, go ahead and take it. Here comes Farnyars, and now I've got to worry about him. Maybe Allen didn't just give that up. I don't know if that, and if he did, that wasn't a wise decision.
Farnyars sitting in third's like, that's okay. You two cats battle it out because here I come. And here he goes just before, as I say it, right on Jeremy Allen. Now Allen, he's going to lose 2 spots here. He should be able to hold third position, though. Not too far behind Dylan Jones, but there goes Farnyars. Oh, crossover move. Look at this. Jeremy Allen not giving up, will not be denied for the second spot. He wants to make Farnyars fight for this position, even though Farnyars looks like he's got the better race car. But I tell you what, Jeremy Allen says, I can run with the big boys. I'm running up towards the front.
Man, it was so close. Let's go back to 7. We've got to look at this battle. Ken Richardson right now holding off William Locklear. Locklear in the 4, the Bash Pro Shops tracker machine. He's giving good chase. Watch out, there's Eric Stanford in the mix too, just behind.
Pretty good battle for the last couple laps between these cats back here.
The 19. Yeah, Stanford having trouble there on the wheel. That checked everybody up behind him.
Sometimes it gets tight like that, man, especially relatively in cooler weather. I like the 00 Gabriel Woods line. He's getting nice runs on the corner exit. Watch this. He's going to get a run right here on Eric Stanford. Got a little bit of a run. Can't quite get side by side with him just yet. Looks like it died out on him. Going to try that very higher line right next to the wall. Or he got into the wall a little too much.
Yeah, Wood is in the wall. Past Mark Clewell, the poor car, Mark Clewell. But here, let's look at the replay here on board with Gabe Wood.
Yeah, it looks like his run died out off of turn number 4. He's going to get into turn 1 right here. Just a little too much. He knew the line he wanted to take. Just got into the wall a little too much there.
Well, at the very front of the field, things did settle down just a bit. As Roper continues to lead this race, he's opened it up just a bit, about a second over Jeremy Allen. Roper getting the benefit of the clean air here on a nice cool track under the Charlotte nighttime air. The battle for second behind him, though. They're side by side, both low on the track. Look at this.
Oh, a door.
Allen, Farnyars banging those doors there, Tanner.
Oh boy, we're rubbing some paint on each other. I want some Kellogg's on my car here. Right now, Farnyars, he's been really trying to battle hard with Jeremy Allen, just cannot complete the pass. While all this is going on, the cat out front has pulled away by a little over a second and a half.
Well, you know what? It's a situation right now where we've got some cars starting to kind of come into the run. Drivers enjoying this set as the run wears on. Memphis Reigns, one of them back here in 9th, just got by the car. William Locklear shuts the door on him. Wow, I think they almost touched. If they
touched, they kissed.
Yeah, it looked like Wood was going around there.
Tell you what, I got to tip my hat to a driver around this area back here, and that is Memphis Reigns. He's been on the move since the drop of the green flag. He started 22nd. He's cracked the top 10 in 9th. Still battling with Gabriel Wood for that 9th spot. Wood's going to go around the outside of him, so Memphis Reigns backed up into 10th now. Wood is still utilizing that high line. He thinks his car is better on the high line, and I tell you what, it's improving because right now he's going after Richard Regan Jr. off that higher side, and it's working. As long as he doesn't get into the wall, he's good.
Oh, Ethan Moore runs up the track, almost makes contact with William Locklear. That was back in 12th. Moore had come up on the inside, tried to make a move on Locklear, and guess what happened? That car started to push up the track, Tanner.
Definitely did. Get in there a little too hard. It's going to push right up the racetrack. You actually documented that at the top of the show tonight here, Sean. So you just got to hit your marks just right and don't overdrive the corner too much because you'll find the wall before you know it. I tell you what, Gabriel Wood has been on a rocket ever since he utilizes that high line without hitting the wall. But he just got by Eric Stanford. Barnyards has backed up to 4th.
That's a little bit of a surprise, I think, that he's let himself get that far back right now. But you know what? This could be part of the plan right now. Just in front of Farnyards, Dylan Jones had a real close moment out of turn 4. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more of those yet here early in the race. Turn 4, very tricky here.
It is. It can really reach out and grab you on the corner exit. I'm surprised we've seen more incidents on entrance of corner than the exits because usually sometimes turn 2, but mainly turn 4. You're correct, Sean. Can really be a nail biter because you're really running because you have to wash out to the wall. That's where you can carry your speed on the exit of the corner and you kind of wash it down towards the grass area, wash it back up and start finishing my car in the wall.
2 cars in the wall, not just one. Oh, Ethan Moore. He hit it really hard.
Oh, trouble. Number 7's around. Blake Griffin. He's in trouble.
He certainly is. That's going to bring out the caution. He comes back up across the track, and he clipped. Oh, who was that he hit? The 25. Scala gets hit. It just minded his own business, too. That's a shame. Here it is on the replay. There's the 7 in the middle of your screen. Griffith gets across the line clean. Oh, he was avoiding that slow car, the 23 there, Ethan Moore, who had just hit the wall prior to him. Moore had a hard tank slapper out of 4, came all the way across the grass infield. Yeah, that's Ethan Moore hitting the wall right there. You see him misses those guys just barely. Back up on track, really, really slow. And, well, that's when Blake had to make his evasive move. Poor Chris Scala there on board with him. Tanner, why don't you take Memphis's moment he had here?
Yeah, looks like he's in coming off of turn number 2. Very close moment for Memphis. Let's see what happened here. This is my first time seeing. Riding in the line, and you got the 46 of Richard Regan right there on the bottom. I'm trying to utilize bottom. Whoa, wash up the track. Easy coming off turn 4. Ooh, put him right in the wall. Definitely contact right there. I wonder if the 46 accidentally hit the apron that allowed that car to really wash up the hill like that. Let's see here.
All right, one more time from above. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I want to see if the 46 had hit the apron, because if he did not hit the apron, that means he kind of just got into the gas a little too early. No, I don't think he hit the apron. Just tried getting underneath the 19, been a little too aggressive with it. Little net code. Oh, dead gone. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. And it's going to happen right before the end of the stage. So this run is not going to be long here. We're going to drop the green and pretty much have what looks to be maybe we'll have a 5-lap shootout here. Lights on the pace car are going to stay on for at least one more lap.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Like some drivers can get on the range and say, "Hey, let's pit. Maybe we can get a tire advantage and try to win the stage or something." We have seen it in past races, though, for sure. But I'm counting the top 14 drivers that have yet to see pit road. The only driver within that top 14 that has fresher tires is Gerald Campbell, who's currently in 12th by about 8 laps.
Yeah, it's all about getting a lap 40 right now. Get that playoff point. Get one in your pocket here.
I don't think Daniel Roper has one this season, so he's on the verge of getting one. But I tell you what, he has to be a little bit stressed out in that car of Daniel Roper, because he had a tremendous lead until the caution came out. Because usually when it comes down to the end of these stages and the caution comes out, man, it just brings everybody back into the mix.
Yeah, and right now he's slotted there down on the bottom. Maybe he will actually restart this race from the bottom. We'll see here. I think we'll get the lights off, and when we do, then we will wind up with 5 laps of racing left here, and the lights are out. So here we go. Everybody hold on to your seats. Gather round, gather round. The end of stage 1 is near.
How bad do you want that playoff point?
Well, if I'm Dan Roper to making my debut, I'd love to have it. And I'd probably do as much as I could within the legal limits to get it. So here we go, though. Jeremy Allen has worked so hard here, had such a great race to start, qualified on a pole, and started to lose it just a little bit. As you said, Roper really opened things up, but Allen is going to get a chance to start where he wanted to start to open this race. Maybe that gives him enough advantage to get around Roper and get this done and pick up his playoff point. So here we go. Pace car now finding its way out of turn 3 and turn 4, getting ready to peel off the track. Dan Roper will lead us from the inside. It'll be his turn to get on the loud pedal first. When will he do it? Now he goes. Nice start by Allen.
Oh, car spinning out. We got trouble.
And that is the end of the stage. As race control had said, if next flag would end this stage, well, there you go. That's the next flag. McFarland having trouble getting going there. He spins it again.
Ooh, I think that was Locklear that really spun.
Yeah, Locklear wound up in the infield there. I saw the 4 sitting there in the grass. Yep, Locklear is going to spin it and wind up down there in the grass. Well, your stage 1 winner going to be Dan Roper, the New York driver making his debut tonight in the number 1, the High Performance Motorsports Ford. Roper, stage 1. Well played. Well played. Car's really slow on track right now, getting the pace car to catch up. And again, stage 1 is complete. When we restart this race, we'll start working on stage 2. A lot of drivers coming down pit road. A little bit of a race there to the entry. Dylan Jones, Jeremy Allen having a little bit of fun there at the line. I thought one of those cars was going to get turned around. Roper going to bring him in first, though.
All right, get into your pit box, boys. Don't overshoot it. Don't beat yourself on pit road. Everybody stops fairly decent on pit road. Right side's going up. pit crew's getting to get to work for the first time today. Now I see some left sides going up right now. This should be a pretty good. Daniel Roper wins the race off pit road and to the line. I do believe Allen got him. Dylan Jones for second.
Jesse Abraham in the pit for a long time. They're probably getting some damage fixed. We are going to take a quick break here on the Global SimRacing Channel. We'll be right back here with the Bramante Landscaping Design 250 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we're back here on the Global SimRacing Channel. SSCA underway here tonight in the Bramante 250, the Bramante Landscape and Design 250 here from Charlotte Motor Speedway under the lights. Dan Roper elects to go to the top side on this restart, dropping Jeremy Allen to the inside. This should be interesting. Both starting out of place here. So this will mix it up for the first time here on this third restart. First stage is over. You're just joining us. Dan Roper, making his debut tonight, picks up his first stage win. Here we go. Our pace car. Lights are off. Here it comes. Watch out for that left turn. It'll be sharp. And there it goes. all up to Dan Roper now on the top side, and he finally gets going. He's laying on it across the line. He gets away from Jeremy Allen. Good clean start there from the front. Dylan Jones elected to go all the way to the top of the track and then run down the hill and try and get a run at Farnyards here on this restart. Farnyards back up to third.
Yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar Farnyards are going to try to go after Jeremy Allen again. Couldn't get by him the first stage. Let's see what he can do in the second stage. Coming to complete another lap, the first lap of the second stage here, led by Daniel Roper. First side-by-side battles, actually kind of mid-pack right here with Ken Richardson, the number 10, and number 17 of Judd Danielson. Judd Danielson losing a couple of positions. Oh, we got 3 wide action.
Yeah, they were 3 wide off of 2 to the 93 on the bottom of that. Oh man, the 84 got pinched. Josh Tanner was in the middle. Eric Stanford was on the outside, and the big winner there, though, was the 93 there of Andrew Payne. He gets through clean.
May have some damage here and there, but I tell you what, he's trying to march his way back up towards the front, putting a little pressure on Kyle Cameron. Barnyard's just got he's got second. Here goes Jeremy Allen falling backwards now.
He's getting shuffled out there.
Oh boy, the racing has picked up. Man, these guys are going by really fast. 202 miles an hour entering turn number 1. Jeremy Allen on the higher line getting eaten up by these fresher tire guys. He's on fresh tires as well. But the guys that are running on the bottom, like Jones and Barnyards, they're really utilizing that bottom line in the early portion of the on their tires here.
All right, let's drop back in the field. 14th place, Gerald Campbell right now. Campbell trying to pick up another spot here. And that is going to be right next to the 19 of Eric Stanford. Campbell, remember, he got involved in that first caution flag, that first incident. Got a little bit of front end damage, got some repair, then got an EOL for that incident. He is climbing back through the field, finds himself in 14th right now. Long way to go here in this race. Gerald Campbell still has a shot.
Another battle back there. Judd Danielson up towards the front a little bit. Andrew Payne. Andrew Payne making some noise, just now cracking the top 10 in 9th. But Washington having a good race so far. Everybody else getting strung out. There's a little battle back there going on, I think, around Kyle Kamer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's Eric Stanford, Jared Campbell. But we got to pressurize him for the lead here because here comes Farnyards, putting a little pressure on Roper, not closely followed behind of Dylan Jones. 1, 2, 3. Separated by 0.2 of a second. Here we go, Farnyards. Ooh.
He thought about it, and Roper shut the door on him there. And,
he didn't just shut the door. He slammed it on him.
He did. Look what Dylan Jones is doing here, though. He's really leaning on Farnyards also. Oh, David Washington just gets by Gabriel Wood. That was a move for position there. Up to 5th for Washington.
That's okay for Wood. He just lost a spot, but he's pretty good in the long run according to the first stage. So we'll have to see if this stays green. So far, everybody kind of remaining single file at the moment, but that battle for the top spot might be brewing up because Farnyards is starting to put a little pressure. He's actually diving into the corner a little harder, but he's making it stick, though. Just cannot get the run on the exit. Sometimes if you drive it in too hard on entrance, can't make it stick on exit. You can't make that run.
We keep an eye on that. We don't have to go to this, but Campbell picks up another position.
Yep, over Kyle Kamer.
Yeah, he clears Kamer finally across the start-finish line. Oh! Bold move there. Roper still in the lead. Farnyards right there up under the bumper of him. The question is Farnyards just trying to put pressure on him, or does he really, really want that spot? I mean, I don't know. Does he want the spot now, or would he like to see maybe his opponent get some damage by making a fatal mistake?
Well, I don't know. It's very hard to say. Wood just got around Washington, though, for a top 5 spot, but crossover move comes Washington. But I tell you what, with the race lead, you could sit there and say, yeah, Farnyards, he's been on a dominance, but everybody's driving the same setup, too. So it's not like you can just go up there and take the lead whenever you wish.
Right.
So
you've got to plan it out. You've got to finesse it just a bit, again, because the playing field is level.
Yep, and we're already about 12 laps on these set of these green flag tires, and we're going around lap traffic.
Roper had to change his line off the exit there because of where Clewell was on the track. That's a 65. They just got by Farnyards.
Oh, Dylan Jones just punted him.
Yep. It wasn't contact. No. I know we're going to see the replay. I did not see any contact. It looked like a perfect example of net code. I hate to call it early without seeing the replay, but I was on them, and I just didn't see any contact by Farnyards at all. He was close. I just looked at it again. I didn't see it. Watch it here on the replay. Decide for yourself, folks.
You know,
maybe.
I correct me if I'm wrong here, you know, and I just wonder, did anything with Roper changing his lineup like that to get around lap traffic, did that have anything to do with how he was running that corner on the entrance? Because it looked like Farnyards was a little bit lower down on that white line than what Roper was. Not sure.
Yeah, our director said there might have been a slightest bit of contact. I've looked at it a couple different angles. If there was contact, I just didn't see it. It really looked like there was a small space in there. I really think that incident was certainly not intentional, but looked like more net code than anything. I don't know. We'll let everybody at home decide.
Yeah, I mean, we'll let everybody at home to decide, but at least I'm seeing on my camera angle that there was very, very slight contact. I am seeing that there is contact between the noses of the car, or the back bumper and the nose of Farnyards, but it's very unfortunate there, there, having a great run, you know.
Man, those two were battling really, really hard, giving us really great racing. Roper's car, unfortunately, is hurt, and it's going to need some help. Question is, how much help is it going to get? Will he be, will it still turn? Got a lot of people in for damage repair right now. This track, this race have taken a heavy toll on the drivers this evening. I had hoped, because of the cooler conditions, we talked about this in the pre-race, we'd hoped that would benefit the drivers. Farnyards coming up pit lane, see him peel off. Everybody else going to stay out.
Jones is going to come with him. And I'm seeing, who's another driver back there? Washington's coming in. I don't know. I don't think there's damage on the 88 of Farnyards. If there is, it's very minor. Oh, Jones has got a little bit of damage because he finished off Roper on accident.
Yeah, I'm following Farnyards' pit stop, and I'm just not seeing any damage on the car. He will be issued an end-of-line penalty, though, for the incident. Race control coming down with that here just a moment ago. So Farnyards will back up through the field.
Pit stop too for them cats on pit road.
Now Roper does have damage on the front end of his car, but honestly, I mean, if Roper can stay on the lead lap here, which I don't think he's going to have any trouble doing, he may still have a car that can compete here. So we'll be patient, see how that does. Obviously, he's going to come up through the field with Andrew Farnyards. So hopefully, now that they've both wrecked the cars and incurred penalty, that they can race together and maybe work their way back up to the front.
And they almost did not beat the pace car off pit road.
Well, the lights are back out on the pace car. We will restart the race on the beginning of lap 57. Jeremy Allen is going to be your leader this time. Richard Regan up 14 spots, sits there in second. The Amsoil Ford. Good, solid run for him so far. Josh Tanner started 27th. He's going to restart this race in third. Gerald Campbell. Campbell is now in fourth. And that, again, I detailed what was going on with Campbell. Now he finds himself back up here competing for a win.
He definitely does. Gerald Campbell actually found a lot of action outside the top 10 there, but here we go. Pace cars coming down pit road.
Here we go indeed, and it will be Elwood to go, Jeremy Allen to go first. Allen gets on the pedal hard, and Richard Regan going to follow him behind him. Wow, look at this start there by Cameron. Cameron gets a good start. Gets it rolling on the bottom. Came right up alongside Josh Tanner.
Yeah, there's one cat we haven't talked about too much tonight is Josh Tanner.
Well, there's Tanner and Cameron right on your screen in front of you, and they're making a run at Regan.
Regan's got to hold off all them hungry lions behind the man. Oh, yeah, we're dicey up here. Tell you what, man.
Yeah.
Danielson almost hit the wall for turn number 2 there. Close racing back right here. Stanford's on the bottom.
Danielson looking like the proverbial bull in the china shop right now coming through this field. His car looked severely modified last night. So far, taking care of his. He's going to get down on the bottom inside of Campbell. Look at Danielson come up through this field. He's going to try and make it too. Josh Tanner is there. Can he get it done?
Hey, look at Cameron. Look at Cameron go. Cameron's going after Richard Regan Jr. for second. Man, this is getting racy up here around the top 5 area. Yeah. I'm not making that up. I mean, you think you ever, if you're a spotter, you ever try to tell your driver to settle down?
Oh,
never works. Oh man, he hit the apron.
He did. Danielson almost made a critical error. Great save. Nice. Boy, he just shot right up in front of Josh Tanner there. That would have ended Josh Tanner's day. Probably Gerald Campbell's. Oh, look who's coming into the mix here. Here's the 19 Eric Stanford finding his way back in here. So now
Joe Daniels said he may have bobbled down turn 1 last time by, but he's on a rocket ship right now. He's got to hunt down Richard Regan, and then he gets the second spot. Right now, there he goes.
Wow, Danielson moving, baby. I'm wondering, he may be on fresh tires.
He's on fresh tires. Yes, he is, by a lot, actually. By 17, 18 laps.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so he is definitely got the advantage with tires right now, and boy, he's starting to get to Allen.
He's hoping that this stays green, because if this stays green, he will hunt down Jeremy Allen as he is right now. And if it stays green, he takes the lead. Guess what? We race it to the end of stage 2. Stage point for him.
Yeah, Allen is hauling the mail right now. Here he goes. Danielson is hauling the mail. He gets under Allen. Allen, give it to Allen that time. But I think Danielson's going to clear it here in the middle of the turn. He does. Oh.
I know you want to fight him, buddy, man. He's got the fresher tires. He's got the grip out there. Judd Danielson leading here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And if this stays green to the end of stage 2, that would give him the stage 2 bonus and 10 bonus points. We got a good battle back here with Stanford. These two cats have battled for a while.
Campbell's still digging indeed. Yep. And it's been a long way back for Campbell, and that damage on the front of the car is hurting his top speed a little bit. Stanford going to pull right alongside him. And man, they are so close through the turn. You're going to see Stanford kind of powered off the top there as he get off of turn 4.
Behind these guys is a guy on fresh tires. That is David Washington, but he has not. Actually, excuse me, ain't David Washington. That's Dylan Jones who's on fresher tires. Tell you what, I don't know if these guys are just as fast as Judd Danielson. I wonder if damage has anything to do with that. Danielson has already opened up about a second lead. So,
a second, just now.
Yeah, and Jones isn't really moving up that quick like we've seen with Danielson.
I think Danielson, and this may be being Captain Obvious, I think he had the advantage of not having as far to go. And that's why it's working out for him right now. He cleared that traffic so quickly. It's just not been a factor at this point. He's continued to get away here. Just checking here, and boy, Gerald Campbell getting pushed to the outside here. Again, he's got that front end damage. It's just really compromising the handling.
Who was that back there that really fishtailed off the corner? That was the 55 of Ryan Hill off of turn number 4. But keeps it intact. Dylan Jones gets by Gerald Campbell. There was a battle a little further ahead of these cats. I think that was between Cameron and Richard Reagan. Man, I tell you what there, Sean. Judd Danielson, he's already visited the pit road 3 times in this race. And each of those times he has taken 4 sets of tires. Or a set of tires, excuse me.
Yeah, I think he needs this. I think he needs this one to go, this run right here, go to the end of the stage.
Yep. Would you stay out though? I mean, just kind of save.
Yeah, I would. I'd stay out and save those last 2 sets. Absolutely.
Yeah, because we got a little ways to go yet here at Charlotte. Because our race distance tonight is 160 laps. Don't forget that, folks. And these drivers, they have limited sets of tires. So, and we got a little ways to go here tonight.
Yeah, we need to watch the battle for 13, 14, 15. Jesse Abraham, Dan Roper trying to get his way back here into the race. And it's getting a little sketchy back here. Roper down on the inside, badly damaged car right there next to Jesse Abraham. Abraham, unfortunately, has found the damage also. Oh, and he gets a little bit of the wall there. That's going to open it up for Roper. Roper puts the pressure on. Abraham couldn't handle it that time. And the 00, Gabriel Wood, going to the bottom. You can use that one, Tanner, if you want. I'm going to try and avoid it.
I'm going to try and avoid it too.
Okay.
I stuttered there for a minute.
Well, Roper back up to speed here pretty quick. But, man, he's got already almost 10 seconds between him and Judd Danielson. I'm afraid the front-end damage on that car really affecting the top end.
I'm kind of surprised. There's going to be a battle for 9th place right now between Farnyards and Gerald Campbell. Right now it's happening here in down turn 1. I think
Campbell's in the wall.
Way too wide, yeah.
Yeah, Campbell went up there and got the wall. A lot of push.
But I'm surprised Farnyards. Yeah, I'm surprised Farnyards has not made up a lot of ground since that restart. Man, I mean, as fast as he was, I just wonder if he has some damage going on.
He has a little bit on the right side, but boy, it doesn't look that bad. Washington all of a sudden losing a lot of spots. Camera. Oh, there we go. The pass by Jones. Getting by Camera. Camera fighting back with it here on screen. Drops to the bottom. Gets it right down there on the white line.
It is so hard to complete a pass on corner exit when you're on the bottom like that, especially when the tires wear. And Jones is having a fairly decent night with minimal damage. Man, Danielson has opened up the lead by 3 seconds, man. Holy cow.
Amazing, yeah. It's a bit surprised. I mean, would we say it was only a 17? I say only a 17 lap difference, and now we're seeing him run away. Obviously, it wasn't only; it was a deciding factor in this run. And right, he's got 15 laps to go. 15 to the end of the stage. No, I'm sorry. Was it 40 and 40? Right?
Yep, 40 and 40.
Yeah,
he has
no, we
gone
got
with the win.
five laps to go. My bad, folks.
He's gone with the win.
Dylan Jones fighting with Regan. Oh, off of turn 4. That's a really, really tricky place to have to ride side by side.
Hey, this is some serious points going on for second place, though. You got a 3-car battle for second going on.
Yeah, you know, maybe Jones was sitting on those tires a little bit, kind of waiting until the end of this run, try and get an opportunity to get to the front. I think it's going to stall out on him, unfortunately. But he should be able to get this completed He should be able to get this completed.
Ooh, as a driver, I hate that. Yeah, I hate that as a driver when another driver kind of sits and waits on you, or sits and waits, and then all of a sudden here he comes. It's like playing little mind games just a little bit.
Well, they are definitely playing games with each other right now. This is a spirited battle going on here as we fight to the end of stage 2.
Yeah, and there is a reason why they're fighting so hard for the spot, because this is worth 9 bonus points if you finish second at the end of a stage, and every bonus point will count. So I mean, you're really trying to fight and hang on. Hammer wants a piece of this.
Alan's has a really, really good observation by our director, just saying that Alan still out there on those tires. I'm looking at his times. He's still running some great times on the old tires. This is a driver that knows how to work with what's there available to him. And I got to be honest with you, Alan is not being caught by Dylan Jones and Richard Regan, and where he's not catching Danielson. He's sitting in a pretty good spot here as we head to the end of the stage. Final lap of the stage here. Judd Danielson went and got it. Did it with a little bit of tire strategy. Danielson going to get there out of 2. Just needs a clean run down the backstretch, and this will give him a stage victory. Stage 2 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Out of 4. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Mean and clean across the line. Give it to Judd Danielson. Your stage 2 winner here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. Expect that caution flag to come out here just any time, and there it is. The caution is out for the completion of stage 2 here in the Bromonte 250 landscape and design race tonight. And Tanner, pretty decent stage there.
Very decent stage indeed. Got to tip my hat to Andrew Farniard. Wasn't as fast as he was in the first stage. He does have some minimal damage, but I tell you what, he does recover nicely to finish 7th in the second stage. And Dylan Jones as well. Dylan Jones had actually made that last pit stop, had make a pit stop under the last caution, and he recovers nicely into 3rd place. So right now, Judd Danielson taking the checkered flag, the green and checkered flag, or whatever you want to call it, to win stage number 2. Stage point, 10 bonus points. Jeremy Allen got 2nd. Dylan Jones 3rd. Now the pit road is going to come open, and if I was Judd Danielson, I'd stay out just because you have 2 sets left.
Well, now let's talk about that for a second. He's had 3 stops. All right, let's assume that first stop he took another set. Okay, all right. So then that's 2 sets. Then he took another stop, stop 2. That's 3 sets. Stop 3, had he taken tires, would have been 4 sets. That being said, this could be his last set. Let's see if he goes up on the jack.
This is his 4th time visiting pit road tonight. So, right, let's see. Yep, he's going up on the jack. That's 2 tires. Yeah, it's a 4-tire stop, so he's using a set.
Yep. So, don't know. Let me see if I can tell here. Scala going to get away first.
Jeremy Allen.
Nope. Oh, no,
Allen.
sorry.
Allen, Jones, Kammer, and Danielson. Actually, I think Kammer. No, I'm showing Danielson third, Kammer fourth. That's all right. Allen first, Jones second, Danielson third, Kammer fourth, Regan Jr. in fifth. The top 5 race off of pit road here in Charlotte. So interesting pit strategies going on. I guess we could throw it to break.
Yes, let's do that real quick here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. We'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel. Coming out of the caution here, the end of the second stage. And here we go, ready to crank it back up, Tanner. Charlotte Motor Speedway on a Thursday night. Jeremy Allen, your leader, going to start from the inside here in the Bromenti Landscape and Designs 250.
He definitely is. Let's see. He's got some right rear damage, but he's back out front. Our pole sitter this evening. Pace cars on pit road. All Jeremy Allen's restart. Here we go. Back racer at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
There goes Allen. Boy, shot out of a cannon that time. Nice start. It was Judd Danielson that claims the second stage victory. Danielson dropped to third. Camera on the outside. Boy, those four making it really tight.
Man, it's like a Talladega draft right here. I mean, good Lord, look at these cats. From Joe Danielson on back, caught Kammer on the higher line right there. That's third on back here, folks.
Yeah, there's Farnyards on the top side. You see the 88 wiggling around back there. He's trying to find a way through here. Going to have to get through some traffic to do it. Stanford right in front of him. Danielson there on the bottom. Stanford, Danielson off the turn. Right wheel to wheel. Ah, it's so close.
Yeah, I mean, here that track position and tires. Oh, almost contact between him and Danielson and Stanford. Stanford looked like he lost some momentum big time right there. That's going to cost him a position. Here comes Farnyards, pushing a little pressure on Danielson right now. Farnyards, he's back in the top 5. And Danielson taking it really high.
Yes, he is. Going to get a run here, though. And, boy, look at Farnyards cut it off. Farnyards cuts that runoff on Danielson. And everybody behind them kind of lost a little bit on that when Danielson checked up there. Stanford getting shuffled back, and now Regan and Tanner having a fight side by side here. Dan Roper right behind them. Here comes Dan Roper finally getting back up in here close to the top 5. Do it with a very, very battered race car.
Man, we're done stage racing right now. It is time to get yourself at no one to the front and get your president's spell, because these drivers are racing like it's about 20 to go right now, but we're far from that. Josh Tanner balanced side by side with Richard Regan.
Yeah, I want to watch what kind of progress Roper's going to be able to make here with that damaged race car. I mean, is he going to have a lot of push here in the turns? He comes up alongside. What was this? He's next to the 84 right now. Tanner. And not seeing a lot of push out of the car. Now the tires are still pretty fresh, so he's able to get it all the way down there on the white line and hold it.
Losing some spots right now, but I mean, give it time. We're let the tires settle in a little bit. We've seen Josh Tanner up towards the front earlier, and he was making up some pretty good ground. But so I can confirm one thing here about Judd Danielson here, Sean, from laps 30, I think it was, right here, 32 to 40. He took fuel only. Visited pit road twice.
Okay, well. Then he should still have one full set left.
Should, yep.
Thank you for tracking that down. Oh,
yeah.
You know what? Hey, a little bit further back here, Roper. Behind him here, Tanner, the 55 of Ryan Hill trying to get into this. They were almost 3 wide there for a moment. And Hill, getting into this mix, he has come up really far. 27th, I think he started. Tanner just in front of him, still continuing to tussle here with Dan Roper. Nothing's easy, but they've caught Regan, and this is going to get interesting here. Regan and Stanford just up in front of them. This is going to be a heck of a battle.
Oh, and Farner's going after Cameron right now.
Cameron, so far in this race, has looked pretty good. He's traveled through the field well. I don't see any damage on that car. Seems to be tracking well. Farnyar is giving him the business here. They go across the line. Cameron will be the first one there. He'll be in third still. Farnyar's looking to the bottom.
And he is holding strong against Farnyar's. There's no question about it. Man, these two are still battling side by side last couple laps, and they're still going at it. That would be still a battle for third spot. Cameron likes that middle groove. Side by side still yet. Here comes Judd Danielson, wants to join this little party for that third spot. Danielson trying to recover after losing a couple of spots on the restart. Barnyards looks like he's going to complete the pass on Cameron. Oh, not just quite yet. Cameron's going to battle right on back on the higher side. But Farnyar's still trying to utilize that bottom side. That's the preferred line for Farnyar's all night long. Man, I tell you what, Cameron gets to that right rear quarter panel. It slows down Farnyar's just a little bit, and they're still side by side. Might get him here. Cameron's got the run. He's trying to aim back. Oh, the door slammed on him.
Slamola.
Absolutely, but that just brought Judd Danielson, Eric Stanford, and Richard Regan up into this mix.
Oh, Jesse Abraham around.
Uh-oh, caution.
That was back in 15th, and I think...
Oh, Washington?
I'm afraid Jesse might have gotten a little help there. Let's look at it on the replay.
I think Jesse may have helped Washington.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I think you're right. I think it was Jesse helping Washington there get around. Let's see here. Yeah, they can see Washington up the wall. He backs it up into the wall. That may wind up not being too bad for him. I mean, if you can call damage not too bad, let's hope that maybe it's just a little bit of rear end damage that he can get sorted out. Oh, we had a little
contact there.
We had a little skullduggery there at the line as they came in. As Dylan Jones makes a last minute, not last minute, but a last millisecond decision to stay on track. Pulls back on out in front of everybody, and Dylan Jones will stay out. And there is going to be a handful of cars to decide on that strategy. Dylan Jones, Richard Regan, Ryan Hill, and Ethan Moore. I do know that Ethan Moore, that car's got some pretty good damage on it.
Majority of the field does pit, but Judd Danielson takes, that looks like a fuel only to me, because he has a 6.8 second stop. I know a 2-tire stop is a little slower than that.
Yeah, I would have to say it was probably for fuel.
It was.
It was. Okay, you verified that? Yeah, it was fuel only. So just a quick top off. Play it safe. It's still going to be awfully close, and he's going to have to gamble on a couple of cautions. But with one set, I guess that was a just in case stop. Let me top it off just in case I have to make it to the very end here.
Just in case, but I think he is gonna bank on a caution. And the way this race is playing out, though, Sean, we do get a long green flag run, but we do see some cautions coming into the mix. We have seen that in the first stage so far this evening. Second stage was relatively clean, but right now we get our first caution in the final portion stage of the race. We're going to be coming to 60 laps to go in 2 laps.
All right, so here we go. Jeremy Allen had gotten a drive-through penalty for too many pit stalls on entry. That's dropped Allen to the back of the longest line here. He's going to restart the race in 16th. So Allen, after enjoying the safety of the front of the field all night, currently finds himself having to come from the back of the field. He's going to need a little bit of luck.
He's going to need luck indeed, but also keep in mind, every driver right now, Sean, is going to have to at least make one more pit stop to get to the end of this race, because right now we got 61 laps to go. I think the fuel window, what was that, 48 to 55 laps?
Yeah, 48 to 55 laps, yep.
So yeah, we're just outside the window right there, but for sure, every driver's going to at least have to make one more pit stop.
All right. Well, the lights have been extinguished on the Ford at the front of the field. 2 Fords right behind him. Monster Energy Cup Series cars. Chef Andy's number 16 to Dylan Jones on the inside. The Amsoil number 46 of Richard Regan on the outside. It'll be Ryan Hill and Ethan Moore just behind them in row 2. And Judd Danielson, Kyle Kammer in row 3.
Keep an eye on Kammer and Barnyards on this restart. Those 2 drivers are going to have the freshest tires out of the guys that are up there in the top 6. Here we go.
It won't be long now here. 60 laps remaining. Here we go. The green flag is out. Oh boy, and I think Dylan's may have spun the tires down there. He gets off
Danielson. Look at Kammer go.
Yep. Kammer, really, really good start. Richard Regan gets the jump there, though, on the very slow Dylan Jones coming down to the bottom. Here comes Ryan Hill. Hill trying to get it to the front.
Oh, man. We're all over the place here at Charlotte. Yep. Very little room. Oh, my gosh. Oh, bumper tag. Oh, big accident. Big, huge accident.
Jones.
Holy macaroni. Oh, Josh Tanner just squeaked by. Caution is out. Oh, wow, man.
That was big for Dylan Jones.
The momentum really took out Kammer and Jones. Kammer actually got into the wall. Tanner just squeaked by. Actually, he may have got some damage.
Yeah, Kammer just gets the run at him here, and just looked like he wasn't able to get out of it quick enough, obviously. Boy, that contact just in a bad spot. And you see what it does to the car. Sends him back across the field, over the field practically, into that catch fence. That's probably going to be the end of the day for Dylan Jones' car. Wow, that was just boy, that hurt. Yep, let's ride on board with Chris Scala. Scala, it went right over Chris's car. Chris, of course, involved a few caution periods ago, dealing with the damage and still fighting through this.
Farnyards and Josh Tanner were pretty close calls, too. Farnyards just went right underneath the car, too.
Wow, that's going to be a couple more cars that I'm afraid are going to suffer a little bit of attrition. Cameron is going to get the EOL for that incident. And all those cars that were in the vicinity of that happening find themselves back in the pit lane. And that has been a busy, busy place tonight. I didn't think we'd see this much trouble at Charlotte. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but Charlotte, it can be a challenging a mile and a half racetrack, especially with these Monster Energy NASCAR Cup cars. But a bunch of drivers took evasive action coming off turn number 4. One of them to be Judd Danielson. He's fallen back to 8th despite all that happening. He actually attempted to do a pass in the grass right there to avoid all that. But nonetheless, we're under caution here, and hopefully things can get settled down just a little bit. But although it's great excitement, though.
Yeah, definitely. The restarts have been fun. It certainly seemed like though we had a few guys spin the tires on that last restart.
When these Gen 6 Cup cars, they have so much horsepower to them, Sean, and I know you know this. When you get on older tires and you try to get the throttle down, and you got the rear wheels just spinning, you got no rear grip, man, and you're just trying to hang on to that thing. Sometimes you're just a passenger when you're in that situation.
Well, let's see. That leaves us now with, it looks like maybe we're going to have about 17 to 18 take the restart here. And what was a very, very deep field tonight has been tough on the drivers. Charlotte Motor Speedway, the scene of the action.
Yeah, this is going to be put about 17 cars currently on the lead lap. Pace car lights are turned off. Richard Reagan Jr. is your race leader. He has elected to take the outside row. Ryan Hill second, Eric Stanford third, Andrew Farnyards, Eric Stanford would be second. No, third. Farnyards fourth. My live timing and scoring has got me all mixed up. I'm looking at the live timing and scoring on this restart here. Keep an eye on those cats with fresher tires like Stanford, Farnyards, and Josh Tanner. You know, they're going to eventually blow by Hill and Regan Jr. soon. And that eliminated a lot of drivers that were actually stayed on under the caution prior to this.
Yeah, I'm afraid it did. All right, well, we get a different front row here for this restart. It's going to be Richard Regan and Ryan Hill. Regan going to elect to start on the top side as the pace car comes out of 4, gets ready to peel off here. Richard Regan's going to show it how it's done. He's not going to wait. He's going to get right on it. Regan with a good jump here is going to come across the line by himself. Going to bring Andrew Farnyards in tow. And there's that name again, Tanner. Andrew Farnyards back up near the front of this field again.
Oh, man, they've already caught the race leaders. They're bound side by side. I'll tell you, they're going to gobble them up here soon. Something's going to happen down turns 3 and 4 since they were kind of holding the 2 lanes. Oh, man, we're almost making contact already.
Yeah, that was Eric Stanford. The car was a little loose there, a little free. He gathers it up. No problem here so far. Just behind them, Gabriel Wood, Jeremy Allen.
Farniarz goes to the race lead.
He does, and he powers it down there from the bottom. Passes Regan like he was standing still there in the corner.
Oh, 3 wide. Look at the number 12 go. Jeremy Allen. Man, oh man, he's in a bottleneck back here. He took a 3 wide. Oh, car's wrecking off turn number 4, going through the grass area. That is Ryan Hill into 55. Don't come up back on the racetrack. Oh man, they're actually riding through the grass. They're mowing the grass here. We stay green.
Big time maintenance on the infield of this track.
Well, yeah.
Up front, the leader's still moving though here through the field. Here comes Gabriel Wood. Wood up to third. Passes Regan. Here comes Jeremy Allen. Oh,
Regan
is in.
There
Jeremy Allen already back up through the field.
Where did Wood come from? And yeah, I mean, where did Allen come from too?
Allen just drove his way up through the field so quickly.
What happened to Richard Regan? He just came down pit road. He may have just missed his pit box because he did not stop in the pit box.
Yeah, I believe he suffered penalty there.
Oh. Yeah, it was jumping the start for Richard Regan. Well, Farniarz is out front for the first time today, believe it or not, there, Sean. And then you got Josh Tanner, who's having a tremendous day, coming from 27.
I mean, not a bad place to be with 50 laps to go. Hey, I finally found the front of the field.
Hey, here comes Roper.
Yeah, and you know, and then there's that guy. Then there's Dan Roper. Washington. Roper is making this wrecked car work. I don't know how. The front end got quite a bit of damage on it. David Washington has his own damage. Oh, Roper skins it right there in front of Washington.
Man, oh man, I tell you what, Washington's seen all kinds of trouble today. Remember, he actually, one of the previous cautions, he actually was involved in it. And Scala, where are all these drivers coming from? Holy cow. I mean, drivers we have not really mentioned today, and we got a battle for second there, Josh Tanner and Jeremy Allen.
Yes, we do.
I'm just curious where all these drivers are really coming from. Looks like a lot of drivers who found trouble, either penalty or some kind of damage, and the drivers who hung on the back majority of those races finally made their presence felt in the top 10.
Yeah, I gotta wonder if Farniarz even feels safe up there right now. With the way Allen's been driving today, I almost feel like, dare I say this about Farniarz, but it seems like he's a sitting duck right now.
Yeah, right now he's sitting pretty comfortable. I mean, he's got about a second lead over these cats. That's votes for second between Tanner and Allen. I don't know. He has back. Oh boy.
Yep. Well, going through the field, look at some of the battles here. Chris Scala, his damaged car is still picking up spots. He just got up to 7th, getting by Andrew Payne. Now Payne brings it back up alongside him. Payne looks to take the position back. Scala just out there continuing to dig it. Here comes Gerald Campbell. Campbell's been up and down the field all night.
He definitely has. Scala right now, he looks like he doesn't have the straightaway speed. I mean, his car looks like half of a bootleg modified.
Or pajamas with the butt flap open.
Yeah. You spoke about Gerald Campbell, though. A very up and down night. Minimal damage on that vehicle. That number 6. He started 5th, currently at 8th, up and down the leaderboard. Back there, they are battling for position. I think that's Stanford and Danielson. Danielson kind of waited out here because he wants those fresh stickers.
Alan
Here
taking
comes
big
Alan.
chunks out of the apple right now as he tries to catch Andrew Farnyar's.
The lap time differences are huge between these two drivers, and the crazy thing is, they're both on the same set of tires. Oh,
Richard
man.
Regan, the car in between, he now a lap down. Alan gets to the bottom. That does actually slow him down just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but Alan's a 10th quicker last time by at the start-finish line. Man, I'm kind of surprised. Farnyard, maybe he's just trying to take it easy a little bit. I mean, you never know, really.
Well, listen, you got to make it to this next stop. So that's going to be your last great opportunity if this race stays green. Which, listen, we've thinned the herd so much today with only 18 cars left on track right now. I mean, realistically, we could finish this thing without a caution flag. Will we? I don't know. But again, a light car count right now as a result of just a rough evening on the drivers tonight.
The last pit stop for these drivers is going to be the money stop. It's going to make or break your race, really. And so I'm just curious on when that's going to come along, because right now we're showing.
Here comes Alan Tanner.
Yep.
He's
yeah,
there.
reeling them in.
He's found him. 40 laps to go at the line.
Yeah, excuse me, 40 laps to go, yeah. So Alan just keep it inch by inch, man. He gets some nice runs, especially turn 2. Turn 2 seems like his money corner. They really gain on Farnyard. We'll have to see what he does coming off turn number 4 here. Farnyard's a little better on entrance. Alan on exit. Ooh, a little better on exit. Here he comes. Battle for the race lead. Pole sitter Jeremy Allen going up against Andrew Farnyard, the dominator of this series. And new leader, Jeremy Allen.
Boy, and he pulled off that pass just so smooth.
Yeah, not very many drivers could say that. Pull off a pass so smooth and easy and make it look easy on Andrew Farnyard. Great thing with Jeremy Allen.
It's these two up front, and then it's a full 2.5 seconds back to Dan Roper, Josh Tanner, and David Washington.
Holy cow. I was so focused. Yeah, I was so focused on the race lead, I didn't even know where the heck Roper came from.
Yeah, and Richard Regan caught in the middle of this, having to deal with these guys, and if anything goes wrong, Richard Regan, well, he's probably going to go with them. It won't be his choice.
Yeah, Regan is 1 lap down, currently eligible for the lucky dog. Should we have a caution? He just doesn't want to be the caution.
Yeah, and then I never want to be the caution. Do you?
No, never. Especially if you're in the lucky dog spot. But Washington, he pushed up the hill just a little bit, tagged the apron. Here goes Josh Tanner past Richard Regan. A lot of momentum lost on Washington's part. That would be in a battle for 4th. Campbell and you got Andrew Payne. This is like a 3-car battle. You got Stanford just ahead leading this little group. Then Gerald Campbell, Andrew Payne. 3 distinctive lines in the corners of turns 3 and 4.
Campbell just trying to stay into the top 10 at this point. It's just, again, been such a rough race for him. A top 10 would have probably almost seemed like a victory.
Probably. And the same thing with Andrew Payne. Andrew Payne, he actually started up towards the front in 3rd tonight. Found some incident and got damage on his car. Hasn't really been the same since. But he's been riding up just in and out of the top 10.
Well, Roper here kind of caught in the middle. I'm moving up to that battle here real quick. because it's Roper side by side with Richard Regan. Regan was really loose coming off of turn 2 right next to Roper. That got really scary. Now it's 98 of David Washington getting to the inside of Regan. Roper going to try and keep it in front of Regan. I don't think he wants to go through that again.
I don't know. You got 4 cars right here. One of these cars is a lap car, and that is the 46 of Richard Regan. Regan should not feel pressured whatsoever. He's got a good gap. Actually, the more he battles with the race leaders, the more Robert McFarland's going to get. Actually, Robert McFarland's far behind, excuse me. So there's no pressure right now for that lucky dog spot. If there's a battle going on, it's between these cats, Tanner, Roper, and Washington. Roper on the inside of Josh Tanner. And Roper really making that car work despite the damage.
Yeah, despite the damage. You said it right there. I mean, listen, this is for the podium right here. Let's not lose sight of what is important. This is for the podium. Roper right now with the best chance to hold on to it. I'm scratching my head trying to think what it's going to take here for Tanner or Washington to make a run at him here.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out those 3 cars, Roper, Tanner, and Washington. All 3 cars have seen some sort of action today. Roper got caught into an incident, same as Washington, actually multiple incidents. Josh Tanner, he's coming from the back, 27th, already in the top 5, so I'm sure he's seen plenty of action climbing his way up to the field. So, good runs by all 3 of these drivers. Jeremy Allen up for that top spot. Farners is still keeping tabs with Allen, though, despite Jeremy Allen making it look easy on that pass earlier.
Yeah.
But Farners still keeping tabs, not letting Jeremy Allen escape from him.
All right. I'll tell you what, let's run, since we don't have just a ton of
we got
cars.
pit stops.
Oh, we do have pit stops coming up here. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Washington.
Washington, Gabriel Wood.
And I do think, yep.
Oh, Ryan Hill.
Wood.
Yeah.
Ryan Hill, all on pit road. And these drivers were in the top 5.
I was going to take us through the field real quick, but obviously we're not doing that now. Clewell, Ethan Moore in. Well, who's next?
You know what these drivers did, like David Washington? They're splitting this little run in half. This might be a little too early, though, but... So...
Roper, Stanford are in.
All right, this is a make-or-break your race right here. Don't overshoot your box. So far, so good. Right side's going up on Roper. Barnyard still keeping the tabs on Allen. Seeing if anybody else is coming down pit road here. I see Stanford's on pits.
Well, I think Farnyards is going to have to come down when Allen does. Well, maybe not. Boy, Allen really got a nice run down the backstretch that time. Put a little more time on Farnyards there. Farnyards starting to get it back here, though, through the turn. Neither one of them going to come in.
Judd Danielson has come down pit road to get those sets of tires. We talked about him earlier in the race.
Don't look now, but when they come across the line, it's going to be 25 laps to go.
Getting down to it here, Sean. I did say this last pit stop is going to be the money stop.
Oh, here comes Farnyards. Farnyards is going to go in without Allen. Allen continues to track around. I'm going to keep an eye.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to keep an eye on Farnyards here. Maybe just fuel only. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, I'd say you got to go for tires.
Yep. And he does.
Just have to. That'll be a severe of a gamble to go for fuel only.
Jeremy Allen coming down the pit lane now. Allen about halfway down to his box. All the way in that outside lane. Cannot exceed 4 boxes. He gets getting clean. Wow, that was a nice stop. Slid right into his mark.
All right, so compared to Allen is currently on pit road. Andrew Farnyard's middle in 3 and 4. He's coming fast.
Yes, he is. Farnyard's now across the start-finish line.
Allen's already on track. He's trying to get up to speed.
Boy, it's going to be close. Car still really trying to wind up here. Here comes David Washington. Washington going to get the pass. And Washington, of course, was in about 5 laps earlier. So that is definitely a legitimate position there. That's Washington. Allen fighting.
Ooh.
Dan Roper right behind them. He's still in this. And that is, who's that in front of him? That's the, up to the wall there, the 84. That's our leader. Josh Tanner gets out of the way, goes all the way to the wall.
I hate to say this. Oh, man, Roper just really threw an aggressive block on Farnyards on entering turn number 3. That's battle for position.
You still have 5 cars that need go-go juice here. Josh Tanner, Gerald Campbell, Andrew Payne, Chris Scala, and Kyle Kammerer. They are your top 5. Everybody else behind them is set.
Oh, man, Roper, I think maybe touched the wall.
Oh, and he's still...
Contact!
Farnyard's trying to hang on. He's got it blocked up, and he's got it back in line. Nice save by Andrew Farnyards.
Man, I tell you what, folks.
Going to be our replay of the night.
I tell you what, folks, Bruton Smith couldn't even do that. I mean, you're handling a 3,400-pound race car like that. Oh, my goodness. It was a hard door, and there's damage on that right side, just a very little bit on that right front of Farnyards. But Farnyards can't be too happy about that. But Roper's doing everything he can to keep Farnyards back there. Oh, man, this battle is not done, though.
No, it's not.
No. Yeah, I mean, but I tell you what, I don't know what the rules are when you exit the pit road if you're supposed to stay on the apron. But I've seen quite a few drivers try to hold their track position just by entering the track right in front of people.
Well, that leaves the fight to David Washington, Jeremy Allen, and Washington right now really searching for a good line here, trying to set him up for a move. 19 laps to go.
We got to keep our eyes on that battle with Farnyards and Roper, man.
Yeah, they're still now Roper actually is pulled away just a little bit. It looks like maybe Eric Stanford was just enough of a factor there to kind of break that up for a moment.
All right, I'm keeping up the update on also the top 5 drivers who have yet to pit. That's Josh Tanner leading the race. Gerald Campbell currently in 2nd. Andrew Payne in 3rd. Andrew Payne actually just had some sort of problem. He did not visit pit road. He's on the apron of the racetrack on the back straightaway. Something had to have happened to. And he might be out. He's out of gas. He's out of fuel. Absolutely, he is slowing down. He is out of fuel for sure.
Oh no! He popped the motor.
He popped the motor.
Out of turn 4, Andrew Payne dropped the motor out of turn 4.
Oh, dead gone. Well, hopefully he keeps it on the apron. That will not bring out a yellow flag.
And while we were looking at that, Farnyards gets by Dan Roper. Roper with trouble. Jeez, another great GSRC replay here. He was absolutely sideways in the middle of the track, folks. Look at this on your screen now. Literally, the car was almost all the way around. It had hit its tipping point, and somehow he brings it back from the brink of death.
Man, I got sideways one time like that, and I just went whop, 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 whop. I mean, he should go over to the dirt track over by turn 3 outside the track here.
Roper certainly having an adventure here in his debut tonight in the AdPro Cup 3, the AdPro 360 Cup Series. And now Roper fights back down to the bottom, right inside of Gabriel Wood.
And Josh Tanner pits. Into his pit box he goes.
That's one.
Do you think by staying out that long, though, you lost a lot of time to the drivers who have pitted?
Yeah, definitely.
We got 3 drivers that have yet to visit pit road. Gerald Campbell in first, Kyle Kamer in second, and Chris Scala. Top 3 drivers who have yet to visit pit road. Expect them pretty soon here. Then the race lead will relinquish to... Ooh. Allen, Pass, and Scala. Well, that's just a signal to Cameras coming down pit road. Here we go.
So with Scala.
All right, Gerald Campbell, you're begging on the caution there, buddy.
Allen has now got a 1.5 second lead on David Washington. It's 3.1 back
Campbell's
to
in.
Jeremy Allen's going to go to the lead. He's coming out of 4 now. Campbell not even to his box yet. There he goes. Jeremy Allen returns to the lead of the race. David Washington now 2 seconds back. Allen is running. A battle for 4th, though. Stanford, Ryan Hill. Stanford, a name we've mentioned quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, but the biggest gainer under the green flag pit stop, Dave Washington pitted a little early and got a good. He's up there in second. Don't look too far behind. Here comes Farnyards. I think they're just a little too far back from Jeremy Allen, though.
You know, I keep thinking back to that run that Judd Danielson had there in the second stage. Has not been able to do that again, though. No return to glory for him right now. He sits in 9th. Looks like he can hang on to that here with just 10 laps to go when they get across the line.
Well, we got a battle for second brewing up.
Yes, we do. David Washington, Andrew Farnyards. Farnyards really would love this podium spot. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch Allen.
I don't know. Farnyards may be quicker, but I tell you what, besides the point, what a whale of a day for David Washington.
Yes, indeed. The Chef Andy's Ford has been really, really good. And you know what? David's been able to stay out of most of the trouble we've seen here on track today.
Definitely has, for sure. Eric Stanford, you mentioned it, Sean, earlier. He's another bigger gainer on the last green flag pit stops.
Our leader is going to get to some traffic here inevitably, I think. We just passed those cars. Now he's got Campbell up in front of him there. Gerald Campbell trying to hang on to the lead lap. We only have 10 cars left on the lead lap. Campbell's tires, though, actually, Campbell was one of those that pushed it, so he's actually on a fresher set of tires. He should be okay. I mean, Allen's been bad fast. Oh, the caution is out. Something happened. Oh, it's Jesse Abraham around, and boy, in front of a lot of traffic there. I wonder if there was any contact with anybody else.
Yeah, him and Ryan Hill, looks like it was a door contact. Abraham hit the wall and really sent that car around.
Yeah, they definitely made some contact coming out of 4, but it was Abraham that definitely caught the brunt of that damage. We're right on board the rigging here. You'll get a good view of it. You're going to see the door slam there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could have been bigger.
Wow.
Well, in the words of what they say in the booth on NASCAR on Fox, this changes everything.
Everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jeremy Allen
had a great lead, man. I mean,
Yeah,
he had one lap, and the crazy thing was he was faster than Farniar's on even tires. Well, he had one lap older tires and still pulling away. But now that brings everybody into the mix. Cars hitting pit road now. Ryan Hill's a taker. Gabriel Wood, Roper, Josh Tanner will receive the beneficiary lucky dog.
We're gonna get this going here pretty quick.
Yeah, I tell you what, if Josh Tanner, man, those guys up towards the front, they're on older sets. This might not be a bad call. Tanner will be able to pit, but he'll have to start tailing Charlie. Tailing the longest line since he is the lucky dog guy. Oh, man, this is really going to get interesting here.
Yeah, it is.
Because we got 5 laps to go.
All right, which lane do you take?
Farniards has been using the bottom, man. I'd say...
Do you throw him off? Do you throw him off and take his lane away from him?
Man, I don't think so. I mean, you're if you're faster than Farniards and you're utilizing the higher line and you're getting the run on corner exit, take the high line. But I mean, on top of that, you're the race leader. You could be all clear by the time you get to the start-finish line.
Yeah.
Decision.
See, a couple cars spilling off. One of them, Kyle Kammer.
Yeah. I think those are lap-down cars.
Yeah.
It's their turn to pit this time. Yeah. Bye.
We've got 10, and as I use my high-pitched voice there, we've got 10 left on the lead lap here.
Well, I tell you what, on this restart, in Bill Soup's On's words, gather up the chickens, take cover behind the cars, because these horses are going to be flying out of the barn.
Is that what he says, Tanner? Because I can never get it right.
Oh, behind the cows. It's relatively close. I hear every time on the Lionheart IndyCar series.
I was going to say, I think we take cover behind the cows, I think. Which that in itself may not be a good idea. I don't know if I'm running... Go ahead.
Yeah, I usually try to take cover behind the barn, but usually that don't work.
I don't know if I want to be behind a cow ever, but that's a story for another time. So we get ready to go here. I really think the lights will go out on the pace car here, which is going to give us 3. It'll give us 2 laps. So we will get basically a green, a white, and a checkered flag. So not by design, but just by happenstance. And those lights are out, and here we go. Man, I'm excited for this restart here. Allen's going to start on the inside. He's going to put Farniards there up top. So I think he knew what he was doing here, Tanner.
Yeah. So here's how it's going to work on this restart.
Right. Explain this. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is practically a 2-lap shoot, but it's not an official green-white checkered. If there's a caution before the white flag flies, we will see a green-white checkered featuring just the top 10 only. However, if we see the white flag, the next flag will, and actually there's no next flag really. You can't really throw the caution flag. So it's a race to the end on the white flag lap.
All right, let's do this. Let's get it done.
All right, nice and easy. Don't spin the tires. Actually, as soon as I probably say that, they probably will.
Yeah. It's up to Jeremy Allen. It's all his. The sound of the engines picks up, and Allen, wow, look at that. He gets a nice jump, gets across clean, and it's up to the rest of the field to play it clean here throughout.
Oh, Washington blinking, but still hanging on.
Yeah, still hanging on the 3 wide there out of turn 2. Oh, Danielson is the meat. Oh, Ethan Moore on the inside. Look at the move by the 6 up top, Gerald Campbell. Campbell just ran through that.
Campbell on pressure tires.
Yeah, Farniards coming around the outside on David Washington.
Oh, Campbell hit the wall. White flag.
And the white flag is out. Here they come around. Jeremy Allen, your leader, got a great jump on the restart. The Kellogg's Chevrolet out of turn 2. Screaming down the backstretch, already almost a full second ahead of Andrew Farnyards. It's going to be a fight between him and Gerald Campbell. Campbell coming around the outside. Campbell on rails for the win. Jeremy Allen, the start-finish line. Charlotte Motor Speedway is your winner. The Bromonte Landscaping and Design 250. Gerald Campbell, our rocket ship, comes up and finishes second. Beats out Andrew Farnyards for that spot. Farnyards is going to complete the podium. David Washington falls to fourth. Wow, what a finish.
And just think with Gerald Campbell, what a nice recovery. Great call to come down pit road because he was back there in 10th with about 10 laps to go until the caution came out.
Well, that late caution was unfortunate, but I got to be honest with you, one of the longest green flag runs we saw was right there in that final stage. As the fireworks go off here, and Jeremy Allen now allowed to celebrate his victory. Burns him down right there at the start-finish line. Congratulations, Jeremy Allen. We're going to take a quick break here on the Global SimRacing Channel. We'll be back with the complete results, and a few driver interviews, and close up shop for the day. Here we are back on the Global SimRacing Channel, Charlotte Motor Speedway, under the lights, the AdPro 360 Cup Series. And boy, what a race, what a finish that was. Green-white checker to the finish under official conditions, and 160 laps here tonight in the Bramante Landscape and Design 250. Let's go to your results. Jeremy Allen, your big winner tonight. Gerald Campbell with a second-place run. Andrew Farnyar is going to fall just a little bit short of a win, but will finish third, and that's going to be really good for him in the points. David Washington, really, really solid run tonight. He'll finish fourth. Fifth, going to go to Eric Stanford. Judd Danielson with a great run. He'll finish sixth. Gabriel Wood, seventh. Ethan Moore, eighth. Josh Tanner, ninth. And Kyle Kammer will finish 10th.
Yeah, finishing outside the top 10, you got Chris Scala finishing in 11th. Good production for him to get at least 11th tonight after a lot of disaster for him. Richard Regan Jr. finishes in 12th. Jesse Abraham finishes 13th. Mark Leewell in 14th. Robert McFarland finishes 15th tonight. Ryan Hill in 16th. Daniel Roper was up towards the front early in the race, but he's going to finish in 17th this evening. Andrew Payne, same thing with him. He's going to finish 18th. Dylan Jones finishes 19th. And rounding off the top 20 is Josh Bonwell.
All right, we'll go to 21st. Ken Richardson. 22nd, Gary Sexton. Luis Salmaso. 23rd, 24th, William Locklear. Blake Griffith, 25th. 26th, Memphis Reigns. Stephen Llewellyn, 27th. 28th for Ellery Queen. And Donald Stewart never got started tonight, so that was a DNS for him. Let's talk to some of our drivers here this evening. Let's see who we got up first. It looks like we've got our winner, the man from Indiana, Jeremy Allen. Jeremy, congratulations on a big win tonight.
Can you hear me? Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we can hear you now, buddy.
I got it figured out. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for thanks for everything. It was a good race. I had a decent race up there tonight. I think I ran second the first two stages. Had a great race with Dan before whatever happened to him, but overall it was a fun race. I wish I could have got the first two stage wins, but we finally figured it out in stage 3.
Yeah, and well, you figure out victory lane, your first one of the season. You kind of break up that tear that Andrew Farnyars has been on here lately. Congratulations with getting that done here at Charlotte. What was the track like tonight? What did it feel like out there on track?
Track was pretty good. Maybe a little too much grip. As you can see, the weather was very cool out there. It was pretty grippy and a little tight. But as far as Andrew, he's a great competitor, and I look forward to racing him a lot this season. That's one of the reasons why I joined. I seen that he kind of recruited me with his name because I've raced with him many a times. He's a great driver, and I wanted to go door to door with him. One of the best leagues out here on iRacing right now.
So you and Dan Roper both come over to represent High Performance Motorsports. Tell us a little bit about how long you guys have been together.
HPM, High Performance Motorsport. It's been together for about 3 years now. It's just a little deal that me and Dan and Mitchell Hunt and John Galinsky, we do that for the Road to Pro on the official side of iRacing. Nothing too crazy, nothing too serious. It's just a couple of good friends and good guys getting together and doing some stuff for Road to Pro, and hopefully you'll see us in the Pecan F3 series here pretty soon, representing.
Well, Jeremy, congratulations. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Oh, yeah, I'd just like to thank GSRC, you guys, obviously, for broadcasting this event, HPM, and the league SSCA Racing, I think I got that right, for allowing me and my teammate Roper to race, and it was a great event, and you guys will be seeing me for many events to come.
All right. Well, as long as you keep winning, we'll certainly enjoy that. Jeremy, thanks again. Hope to see you hope to see you in a couple weeks here back in the Cup Series.
Hey, thanks, man. You guys enjoy your night.
All right. That was Jeremy Allen. Makes his debut here tonight and has a really solid run there. Tanner, another solid run goes to Gerald Campbell, who finishes on the podium. He's caught up with Tanner.
Yeah, absolutely. I've caught up with Gerald Campbell, and Gerald, you had you started in the top 5 tonight in fifth, but you had a very up and down night this evening. At one point, you did lead a couple laps, and I tell you what, that before that final caution, you were around 10th place, settling for a 10th place finish, and that caution came out. Did you feel like you probably could try to go for the win if you took the tires? Because it looked like you did since you finished second tonight.
Yeah, I mean, my strategy really came down to I was going to wait to the very, very end. I knew we were going to have about 10 laps. I wasn't going to make it. But if I just pit and get some tires and was able to stay on the lead lap, which I was ahead of the leader by 1 second when the caution came out, I only had about 4 laps on my tires. And it allowed me to be able to get in front of those guys that still had some tires and pit. So it allowed me to be the first of the new tires and one of the first to try to do the hard charging all the way up to the front. If it was 3 laps, who knows, man? That might have been an exciting race there at the end.
It definitely would be, and it was an exciting battle for second place with you and Farnyards coming to the line with you getting second here tonight. You got a little damage on the car, though. Like I said, you did have an up and down night tonight. Relatively a cool racetrack with a lot of grip. How hard is it to pass out there? Because it seemed like once the tires wear off, it seems like your guys are washing up the track just a little bit.
Actually, I mean, it was a really fun track. It was, it's like perfect for these cars because it allows multiple grooves in the race. And that wreck in the beginning, that wasn't any kind of, that wasn't the car. That was me overdriving it. And I screwed up a lot of people's nights. And that makes me feel sick to my stomach, to be honest with you. I think I screwed up Gary Sexton's and quite a few other guys. I hit Payne there going into the turn. And that was just me overdriving it and trying to not hit him. And it just turned sideways on me. And I couldn't stop it from hitting him. I'd be the first to rather wreck myself than take out anybody due to over-driving. But those guys really, really raced me clean there at the end. You always have to wonder when you have new tires and the guys in the front have older tires and it's coming to the end, how much are they going to block you? And I mean, Judd Danielson gave me the outside, very kind of him to, I stuck my nose in it and he rightfully didn't punch me in the nose. Probably could have and easily have. But no, it was a very, very clean racing. It didn't seem like it out there, but with these kinds of cars and these high speeds, I mean, you're going to the turns at well over 200 miles per hour, it looks like. And it is a little bit of a handful once you get some laps on it and you start sliding, but that just adds more to the fun.
Adds more to the fun indeed. You come away with a great second place finish. It's got to give you a lot of momentum. Not seeing you on the point standings list, but I tell you what, will you be at Pocono next week? And if so, do you think you got a shot to go for the win at Pocono Raceway? I do believe you guys run the repaint version.
I actually don't race for points in this series. I mainly just go off and on into here. I do the full and the Xfinities with this series, and I've got a couple wins in the Xfinity series there. But I come out here because I don't have much experience in the A car, to be honest with you. So I come out here to get a little bit of experience with the best drivers on iRacing. You don't want to follow anybody that doesn't know what they're going to do because then you're not learning what to do. And when you're racing behind Farnyard, which I beat him. Not too many people this season can say they beat him. I beat him. You got a lot of really, really good drivers out here. Payne, Gary Sexton. I mean, these guys are top-notch drivers. And if you're wanting to learn how to race the car, how to race the A car, those are the guys to follow and learn from. So, just happy to finish and just so happened to land in my fashion. So it was a fun race, and I might join Pocono. Not the greatest at Pocono, but I might be in the field somewhere.
What some great experiencing you are experiencing in this league with these drivers, especially Farnyards and a bunch of other drivers in this series that have raced up towards the front here tonight. But hey, congratulations on the second place finish tonight. I know you can definitely drive these cars here, Gerald. You're a whale of a driver here tonight. And thank you for taking the time to talk with us this evening.
Yes, thank you guys. And by the way, thanks to all the vets I sponsor with VFW. Just a great organization. It's Veterans of Foreign Wars. I always say you should always think of vet. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday or not. If you see a vet, you should always think of vet because they served and they served for us. So Other than that, thank you guys for allowing me to be here. You guys are doing a wonderful job. I love listening to you guys, and it makes everyone feel like a professional.
Gerald. All right, Gerald. Well, thank you again, and best of luck to you in future races, especially in the other series for sure. And hopefully, we see you back up here, ready for an interview if you're in the top 3 podium.
I'll be here. Don't worry.
All right, that was Gerald Campbell, folks, finishing in the 2nd position tonight. And Sean, who are you catching up with?
Richard Regan. We've got him in the booth here. Richard, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Richard, it was an adventure out there tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a little bit of everything there with me tonight.
Well, you know what? It really was another good race here in the SSCA. I know it was a bit of a struggle for you, but you do bring it home in 12th, and the important thing is that you bring it home. Did you ever wonder if that was going to be possible tonight? Did you have a moment where you thought, I don't know if I'm going to bring this car in?
Yeah, when I got that penalty on that start there, that was bad judgment by me. I don't know, man. It was just, I'm going to beat myself up on that because I had a top 5 car tonight. Definitely could have got top 5 if I didn't make that mistake, but we'll put it behind us. We've had 3 bad weeks now, and that's all we can have because we're in a tight points race, and we got to get it put together. And I can't blame anyone else but me. And yeah, we'll go get them next time at Pocono.
Well, and so you bring up Pocono. Going to go to the repaved Pocono in a Cup car. Will this be your first time there?
Yep, I've never even driven the old Pocono. So
okay, awesome.
I need to put in a lot of practice this week, and I got 2 weeks, I think. And my teammate Jesse, that's one of his best tracks, that in Sonoma. So he's going to really coach me on how to run that track better. And hopefully we can get a top 5 next week, 2 weeks away.
Well, 2 weeks indeed. That should give you plenty of time to get ready. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, my spotter. He's always up top on the tower. Corey Smith, awesome job all night. Amsoil, Neonazim, Game Art, you guys at GSRC, F1 Sim Games, everybody that makes it happen for me back at Gen X Racing. Can't thank everybody enough.
All right, and we thank you, Richard. And boy, it was great to talk to him. Driver had a little bit of a struggle tonight, but again, brought the car home and looking forward to getting to Pocono and getting some experience there. So hats off to him. Listen, plenty of people to thank for this broadcast tonight. Let's start by thanking the lead sponsor here, AdPro 360. Thanks to them, AdPro 360, they're an advertising agency specializing in digital and social media marketing. For more information, go to adproresults.com. We also want to thank Bromonti Landscape and Design. Remember, folks, for idyllic outdoor living spaces with terrace gardens to tranquil waterfalls and magical children's play areas to gated stone entryways and magnificent pool houses, Bromonti Landscape Design and Management Group delivers dreamlike accents, amenities, and landscape designs to Long Island's most prestigious homes and estates. With meticulous attention to detail and premium quality craftsmanship, the Bromonti team transforms properties into breathtaking home landscapes as unique as the families who live there. Serving Long Island's most prestigious homes and estates for over 15 years, contact them. They're in the Glen Cove area there in Long Island, 516-671-4499. We also want to thank the Simulated Stock Car Association for organizing the AdPro 360 Cup Series and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. On the screen now are just some of the companies, equipment, software that make this broadcast possible. The iconic music that lets your ears alert your eyes. You're watching a GSRC production come courtesy of Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde. See the screen. Proud to contact each of them, Tanner.
The SSCA Cup Series will return in 2 weeks' time on May 17th for round number 9 from the Tricky Triangle, Pocono Raceway. GSRC will be there to bring you all the action. We hope you join us. Sliding across your screen right now are some of the upcoming broadcasts, so check those out and mark them down on your calendar. If you'd like to know more information about GSRC, including a complete list of future broadcasts, you can find it all at www.globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and on Facebook at Global SimRacing Channel.
All right, Tanner. Now, finally, on behalf of the crew and, well, the guy you just heard there, Tanner Sharp, our director, Joe Peak, our camera artist, Dougie Beard, we'd like to thank all of you for watching. So until next time, we're going to go storm the soup for our old buddy. We did it again. This is the second time I've done it. We're going to go storm the castle for our old buddy Soup, who is over on our other channel here on GSRC. The Lionheart Retro Series is going on right now. Jump out of here. Go check them out. Watch that race. But until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.